into the famous de People place, as they say in the exotic country of old Mexico. And what I wanted to do today is to inform you that dinner has been rehearsed. So that tomorrow when we have dinner, we'll know how to eat. We just got back from a rehearsal dinner that included me, Rachel, Cameron, Rachel's father's girlfriend Trisha, Rachel's mother, Chawa, Hui, and Jeffrey. For a total of 9 people. Pretty good turnout for our rehearsal dinner, I think. We went to 1850. We got great steaks there. That's what I got. Ribeye. And Rachel's dad made a bunch of dorky Beatles jokes. But it was very nice. And it's a little bit touching, actually, to see how genuinely happy Rachel's parents both seem to be about this whole thing. And Rachel told me on the car ride home that her dad had taken her aside and had an ENFP, FI, father-daughter moment thing with her, And Cameron's here.
What's up, people?
And so it's nice, and Cameron really helped a lot today. I've been doing all these works and stuff, and I just had this one bit of thing left to do, which was cleaning up all the mess out front. And even though Cameron helping me made twice as many people, it went like 10 times faster because Cameron's smart about, let's use the right tools for the right job.
I always know the right tool.
Yeah.
It's my downfall or my, strength.
Your
however you
upfall.
look at it. The problem is, if other people don't believe it, I'm still gonna keep using the right tool right in front of them. It just is what it is.
Right, and I'm probably still gonna keep using the wrong tool. Cameron got the big pusher thing, and he just pushed it all into a big pile. I went with my little dustpan and scooped it all up one scoop at a time. But very nice rehearsal dinner meal. Rachel's dad / mom paid for it.
Look at this thing, people.
That's the tool that he
Not
used.
everyone's house has a pusher that's bigger than your human being. How about that for the right tool?
That's a pretty big pusher.
Yep.
So I gotta say, right now, the house looks, at least the outside of it, looks amazing. My painting job all came together, it's all done. Did I finish getting all the concrete off the retaining wall? The answer's no, I did not. But I was fortunate in that I had Lou DeFay as my psychic guru to advise me in advance, and she just told me the strategy as well. Look, don't worry about getting it done. Just remember that it'll be a story you can tell people when you don't get it done. Well, I got most of it, but it's more stubborn than you could possibly imagine. Now what I need to do is get my torch. I got a new torch from the hardware store. And I plan to use it to good effect. This is the best kind of torch you can get because it's got auto sparker, lock, and flame control.
It's a pretty sweet torch. I don't even need one, and I want it.
I mean, it's got all the things you could possibly get on it. Plus, it's made for map gas too, not just propane. So, this is the Max, the Burnzomatic Max. The Burnzomatic Advanced and they have which has this but not the flame control, and then Bernzomatic Max, which has all of the things.
Hmm. Hey Eric, do you want me to remove a couple things out there? You have a thing that used to close a gate on this little gate. There's like a little finger sticking out, and you have a couple little things screwed into the ground out there. Let me know. I'll point them out
Yeah,
to you.
sure. If you think they should go, then I trust your judgment on that. If you feel like doing that.
Yeah, it's just a couple of things with the screwdriver or my impact drill to take them out.
I was thinking maybe this evening I might take apart that little table frame thing out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's got a bolt of some kind on the.
I saw the one end looked good. The other end looked, who knows.
Maybe
So
I should
we
just
still
cut
may
'em.
use the angle grinder and cut the heads of the screws off or something.
Yeah, that might
Maybe
be the
more
easiest
fun
way to
and
separate it.
efficient to get it out of one's life.
So Jeffrey made it to quarterfinals at nationals this year. I got a chance to chat with him about it. He and I went outside to chat after he decided what he wanted. Told his mom, and it's very impressive. It's like nobody else really understands how impressive it is to get to quarterfinals at nationals.
That's pretty badass. That's good.
Top 8 in the country, right?
Wow, I didn't even realize it was that. That's super bad.
Yeah, in policy debate, which is the king of debate formats, it's the toughest format. All the best debaters are in policy. So I am really impressed. And the thing that was funny is his mom kept calling me in advance of it, worrying, fretting, and saying how they're going to do terrible, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, she kept telling me all these reasons why they're going to do terrible, how they're not working, they're not prepping or whatever. So I probably won't do very well then. I've offered to work with him many times, but his partner is very proud, Anyway, we made it all the way to quarters. And ridiculously, he was telling me that the team that won the tournament, which won running neg, they won on running two off-case arguments, a cap K, which is a critique of capitalism, and a what's called Afro Pest now, which is basically a race K. It's about how this advocacy, the app advocacy, is bad for black people or something. But the thing about it is, the topic was NATO.
NATO is bad for black people?
NATO doesn't hate black people.
I just got a nasty email from someone.
Who?
I mean, a nasty voicemail.
From who?
I can't, I'm gonna play it for you guys. Where's it?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's so weird.
Hard to be intimidated by someone with that level of competence, Wow.
Somebody super hateful, I guess.
Yeah.
I just delete it, maybe block the number.
Yeah, I'll block the number. That's a good idea.
I had somebody in one of my YouTube videos say they would left a comment you shouldn't put your phone number up. I had my phone number somewhere. You have your phone number up, whatever,
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind if people call me. My phone doesn't work anymore. The phone doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's, I don't want people calling me. I don't want people calling Rachel because that's ridiculous.
Is your number up on the YouTube now, or?
No, I don't know
Okay.
how. I mean, it's
Not that
public.
difficult to get
Yeah,
someone's
it's
phone number,
yeah.
Okay.
but regardless, it's like, what a scumbag, you know?
Could you make out the words he was saying? It sounded very mumbly.
I heard some of it. It was like insults about her parents or something,
Oh.
her weight or stuff like that. But
Yeah, like it's Halloween and Rachel's eating candy even though she's 300 pounds. And then something like I don't even know, something else about Halloween.
Oh.
yeah,
That says a lot about anyone except you. That says everything about the person.
well, I mean, the thing is,
Yeah.
the person also sang the theme song to Talking to the Famous People.
Yeah,
So,
and try to impersonate your voice.
well, regardless, it's like, I guarantee you, I don't know the song to their channel. Haters. I mean, haters gonna hate, right?
Yeah.
But that's just being such a hateful spite monkey, and going about things in such an unacceptable way.
I mean, the day before someone's wedding, that's so not tasteful. I mean, leaving a message like that is like not tasteful anytime, but like, come on, like you're a real hater, a spite monkey for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, the only thing you could possibly hope to accomplish there is hurting Rachel's feelings, even though it's not based on any kind of reality. But you know,
Do you want this better chair? You're wearing a nice dress and stuff. Go for it and
Are you sure?
yeah, grab this. Yeah.
there's another chair out there if
Oh,
you want to grab a chair from out
Yeah,
there.
I'll get one of those.
Thanks, Cam.
No problem.
I mean, what we should do is make a video. Well, it's too late now. You probably deleted it and banned the block number. But
I blocked the number. I don't remember.
the thing is, what we should do is make a video putting their phone number up there,
Oh.
playing the voicemail.
Yeah, just show it, but
Yeah.
don't
Oh my
mention
gosh,
it. Just
yeah.
it's just there. That's perfect.
And say, if anybody would like to comment to these people about their voicemail they left, please go ahead and call
Yeah.
them.
Maybe they can sue you. Speaking of absurdity.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they're watching right now, because
Yeah.
the thing
They
is,
just
I
said-
started this before Rachel knew she'd gotten that voicemail.
Yeah, true.
But
You can just look and see. Can you tell the names of the people who are on if you do anything like? is it
yeah,
something
you can tell their YouTube names, but
Okay.
obviously it doesn't have their phone number location.
Yeah.
It could have been a spoofed number, it's possible. But
If I knew how to spoof a number, I would be a lot busier than making crank calls. I tell you, I'd go like get a real job.
Yeah, well, yeah.
so anyway, I mean, the thing is, I get it that for certain kinds of people, they find me very, like, unacceptable, an unacceptable existence in the world. They find me either too threatening or whatever, and they just despise me so much that they want to take me down a notch. But going after Rachel because they can't get under my skin, it's not acceptable, and it just makes them into scumbags. They're willing to attack me all they want, because of course they can never possibly get to me directly, because any exchange with anybody like who's stupid enough to want to have that kind of exchange would just end up in their humiliation.
Right. They can't get to you, so.
They can sing the theme song to my YouTube channel because they can't not pay attention to me apparently. But they can't get to me except by hurting Rachel's feelings, which is a good way to get to me.
It is.
But you have to forsake all claim to decency of the human being to go about it that way.
There's a crisscross song, you know, the kids who wore their clothes backwards from the 90s, called It's All Right, and they talk about shit talkers and how if I can't imitate a rap, but I'll just say they're like, it's all right if I'm on your mind, you're talking shit about me, it's all right. The whole song is about people talking crap about them. It just means that you're literally on their mind, like, what is their life that, like, how are you on their mind? That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's, what do you do to put yourself in people's brains? Seriously, look at you. You have like a superpower. Like you're putting yourself in other people's brains. God knows where.
Yeah.
Wow.
For them to like.
Or they're not stealing away our energy or excitement or joy, but. Wait, Winston's mom asked, is this the first time this person left an insulting message on Rachel's phone? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I would have definitely shared it.
The night before your wedding, what a crummy, lousy, ugly thing to do. I mean, it definitely is a crummy, lousy, ugly thing to do. And people do have the capacity to, by being wicked, at least a certain amount of space in people's heads. Certainly they've gotten the attention of the stream at the moment. But that's why live streams are so valuable, is that by talking it out here, it doesn't have to stay in my head anyway. Hopefully Rachel has a similar kind of, exhaust system-y kind of quality to this, where I feel like I get on top of the narrative by just saying, okay, well, here's why this person's a scumbag, why they're bad, why that behavior is bad, and how it represents like the ultimate form of cowardice. They can't engage me directly in a way that is public, that would force them to be accountable in any way, so they snipe at Rachel from the shadows.
Yeah.
That's the definition of scumbaggery cowardice. But, at least the thing that I try to remember to kind of keep things in perspective is they have to live their whole life like that, being
As
that
themselves.
As
Their
themselves,
sentence is being themselves.
They have to live their whole life as themselves.
Yeah, it's a true justice system.
They're either, if they're intelligent at all, then they're very young and will end up hating themselves about this later. If they're so stupid they don't, then, I mean, that's even worse. So, what can you say about that?
I think when I was like 8 years old, my brother and I would make prank calls. Because our 8-year-old and 6 and 8 or 8 and 10-year-old brains thought that was.
That wasn't a prank call. That was an attempt at bullying, right? It's an attempt at bullying.
Yeah.
But Rachel and I are fairly unbullyable because there's not many legitimate areas where you can attack us on FE grounds that are going to sting at all. You can always try to attack somebody's physical appearance, no matter how they look. And that's why that's like always below the belt. That's why only scumbags ever do that, So.
Or children, people so immature they had never got to a stage beyond elementary.
Right, it's legitimate to critique somebody's bad behavior if somebody's engaged in what that guy's doing. It's legitimate to critique that because it's specific to their choice making, right? And it's specific to their, and it calculates. You can calculate against it on any kind of ethical calculation. In contrast, critiquing people on their appearance is not ever acceptable. Even, it's like, it doesn't matter what your critique is, whether it's grounded in truth or not, Not acceptable. But obviously that guy like lacks some kind of moral compass for whatever reason.
And there was a girl in the background. So like, it made me think of, well, my only guess is like maybe Becky and her.
It was,
Oh, they
it
broke
was a
up.
number from California. That wasn't him.
Oh.
He was an ISFJ. He did not have the parents in
Ah.
that family, that's for sure. It was from a California number anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know who it was, but when you are as active on YouTube as I am, and Rachel accordingly, you know, I mean, she's not necessarily on screen nearly as much as I am, but she's obviously involved all the time. You know, she's just right there.
Yeah.
she's just that close.
Yeah.
You're going to create a lot of opportunity for other people to encounter you. And if you're happy, empowered, righteous, speaking truth unabashedly, well, there are people in the world who do not like that. I've known this my whole life because I've had this happen to me my whole life. There are a certain number of people no, it wasn't Becky. There's a certain number of people in the world who absolutely hate me right as soon as they meet me and never stop hating. I'm not sure what personality type they are or how much that has to do with personality type or what. But no, I don't think it was one of Rachel's old boyfriends. I think my intuition about this being somebody who hates me and can't get to me directly is correct. As far as why do they hate me, there are certain people who, as you've been around Winston's mom long enough to know, there are certain people who just fucking hate me, who come in here and just despise me, despite the fact that there's nothing to despise. Well, Eliana Diaz, that's not trolling, okay? What that person did. It's an attempt at bullying or at ontological assault, at willfully calling somebody up to purposely hurt their feelings in as harsh a way as you can imagine coming up with, right? And so basically, you know, it's not a good person.
I think sometimes people are at their worst or lowest, they're having their worst day, somebody just stepped all over them who they thought, you know, should be patting them on the head. And then the very next person they see, or next situation they're in, gets the bucket that's all of that energy and just spewing about some other way, displaced on others. And but if you're grown,
Yeah,
you shouldn't be doing that.
Maybe that Michael guy, Eliana, that's a conceivable possibility. The thing is, we don't know who he was, right? So the thing is, those people exist in the world who immediately don't like me, take exception with me, and want to take me down a notch. For like, you know, Jeff Shaw is an example of somebody who he may like me in some sense, but he is obsessed with taking me down a notch and repositioning me as the one who needs to learn things, right? Well, that's the least toxic expression of that kind of thing. Then, among the most toxic are what you just heard Rachel on Rachel's voicemail. But like, you know, the thing is, no decent or sane person is going to think, hey, that was cool what you did about what that guy did, right? Like, to the extent that he's associating himself with people who think that's funny and a good idea to do that, I don't know how large a population of people that can comprise. Surely somebody, if he's going around bragging about doing that, somebody quickly enough is going to say, um, that's completely scummy. What the fuck are you doing, right? In other words, that behavior doesn't withstand scrutiny by any conventional norms. So he's either hanging out with complete tards or he's doing this in secret, except there's a girl in the background, so.
I think a lot of people hang out alone nowadays in the computer age. You know, if they know you, they might only be behind their computer. He may be a little Ted Kaczynski with nothing but a little basement and
There was a
no other
chick
people.
in the background.
Well, could that be a video though?
Well, she was like saying,
It sounded like she was engaging. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also a
Well,
doorbell in the background. Like stuff was happening in the background.
yeah. She said something like, trick or treat.
Oh wow.
I mean, the thing is there a video recently of you eating candy or something?
No, this is like so old. No, like if they're referencing Halloween, like.
Is there a did you do a Halloween video?
No, I mean it doesn't make any sense,
Here's a
right?
video.
It's like
Yeah.
if they may have been watching an old video and not realize that they were watching an old video. That's possible. That's very likely. So,
So it's a viewer.
I mean, why people who hate me watch my videos, I will never understand. I do not watch videos by people I hate. I don't even watch videos by people I like.
It's true.
Yeah, we used to sit at your house like 6 years ago, and he'd be watching his video.
Yeah, I don't even watch my own videos anymore. I used to watch my own videos regularly.
I would watch my videos. My videos are about entirely different stuff, but I watch my own videos for hours and hours. It's just like part of, to me, it's partly my own historical life record, and
Right.
when I'm 85 and don't remember that much, or who knows, I might watch those videos. It might mean a lot to me. These might mean a lot to you.
Yeah, they might, although I'll probably still be making new videos. The thing is, when I say I don't watch my videos, I probably watch them, every one of the uploaded videos once when it premieres or when it publishes. But the majority of live streams I don't end up watching. I used to kind of keep up with my own live streams, but not anymore. And as I was saying to Rachel in the car as well, I feel like because I've said so many times, many of the same kind of things, many different ways, and then watched many of those videos for years, I feel like I finally have a pretty full grasp of everything I have to say. So unless new things come up, I don't feel the need to say it again. I had to say it many times before I felt like it imprinted in my memory adequately that I really knew it with SI. But I'm not as talkative as I used to be in other contexts than this one. Like at dinner, I certainly was not a chatterbug or anything. And when we're talking to the neighbors and stuff, I'm not especially chatty, or in general, I'm not very chatty. And I thank YouTube for that. I think I used to be a lot more talkative, but I think YouTube's allowed me to talk out everything I have to say. So much so that now I'm a lot more comfortable being quiet in settings other than live streaming. Live streaming is still, the purpose of that is for me to just yum.
In psychology, we learned about people with a split brain, or they don't have their corpus callosum, which is the thing that attaches both brain hemispheres. And so even though they can function as normal human beings, they get a lot from speaking out loud, because one half of their brain that's speaking has to be audibly heard by the other side of their brain because they don't have a communication between those two sides. So I'm not saying you don't have a corpus callosum, but it can be very helpful to get your thoughts
This is the woman they're talking
solidified.
about. Look at her. I mean, anyway, the thing is, I do talk out loud to myself all the time when no one's around.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm outside doing work, I say things to myself all the time, but they're usually things like, "No, don't do it that way, Eric," or "Good job, Eric, you got that done. Now you just had that part over there." I say things like that to myself all the time out loud. I've started talking more and more to myself out loud because I like to talk to myself out loud. I think I curtailed it when I was younger so I wouldn't seem weird.
That's why I don't.
Yeah, parents don't want you to have imaginary friends or to talk to yourself out loud. There's just like certain things that
Yeah.
parents want. Like
Yeah.
just-
I didn't have imaginary friends. I did have imaginary audiences. When I was a little
Nice.
kid, I imagined myself giving speeches to people a lot. It was one of
Really?
my favorite. Yeah, I'd imagine myself explaining things to people.
Like stuff in social studies or how to make a sandwich or what?
Like, let's say I like climbed over a wall or something. Then I'd have an imagination thing where someone would ask me like, "Oh wow, how did you climb over that wall so well?" And then I'd explain how I climbed over the wall. And in my imagination, there's always an audience listening to me explaining things. And it has turned out that, in fact, in real life, right now, my imaginary dreams have come true. As here I am on the internet explaining things to people who are paying attention to me.
Bam.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the same as like those kids that say, "I dreamed I'd be an NBA player," and then they grow up and they actually are one. "I dreamed I'd explain things to people, and now I actually do." I feel like standing outside for a second. I can stand on the deck out here. It's looking inviting. It's looking like a foresty scene. Oh, but I'm reminded when I come out here, I've got a little bit of a job to do. There's some
cardboard?
there's some boxes that need to be cut up. Shockingly. More boxes. Yes, more boxes. Why is this door open? That door shouldn't be open. Okay. So, this box here contains 100 coffee cup coffee maker. But now it's just another cardboard box. Okay, I need to put a black bag. Wait, you know what? Hold on.
That's not bad for us.
Put that in just like that.
Oh yeah, for sure the cardboard.
Actually, let me put it like that.
So I think your dad and Trisha
You want a closer look? Are you feeling kind of left out of the activity? Okay, I'll give you a closer look. I think you're going to love every minute of it. Hello and welcome to Box Cutting with Eric. Tonight we're going to review the basics of disposing of cardboard boxes, one of the most common forms of box that you may need to cut. Now, what I want you to do first, before you begin your box cutting process, is to first acquire a box cutting knife. I've got this one here. It's long, it's sharp, it's a box's natural enemy. Next, I want you to follow the following safety protocol tip. Always cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Otherwise, you may be the recipient of an undesired and unexpected stab. Alright, so we're going to start by cutting right down these lines here, as per meow. And the reason you want to cut up your boxes, of course, is that cut up boxes take up a lot less space in the trash can. And there we go. We've got now this part off, but as you see, it's still attached by tape. We're just going to cut that with the plow like that. Just right like that. Okay? Next, we're going to go down this side. Repeat. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Okay. Now, get this tape right there cleaned up. Alright. Now we just got to cut down this one. Remember, away from yourself. Away. Not towards. There. Okay. From this point forward, you can probably just tear your boxes. Think about tearing a box. Always start where there's no tape. Don't try to tear the tape. That's a big rookie mistake in box dismantling process 101. Okay. Now, in order to make this go a little smoother, it may be time to put out or at least set down your cigarette. You got to find a good place to do that. Right there is a good place. What does that say? What does that say? I didn't see it. I don't know what it says. It says something. Something popped up where the message pops up when it's like my phone's running out of batteries, but it's not running out of batteries and it wasn't that message. I don't know what it was. Kind of curious about it. Okay. So, got some more box ripped up. That'll just go that straight down there. What you want to do is make it small enough that every square fits on top of every other square, you know? And none of them are too big for the trash can. And then you just stack them right on top of each other. You'll get maximum space usage out of your trash can. Which, if you're me, is important these days. In part, if not in large part, because of the abundance of cardboard boxes that we have. You might think, oh, it'd be nice to have some cardboard boxes. Nobody needs as many cardboard boxes as we have. Nobody in the whole world. This seems like just probably most efficient just to rip this one. Doesn't seem that sturdy really. And just give it a tear here. Like meow. Another tear here. Tear here. Tear. Tear. Oh, give it another tear. A little bit of tear. Then again, a tear there. This time I'll use a tear. We will begin on this part by tearing it. Then this side will also tear. Aha! This one should tear easy. We'll tear it in half for good measure. This one gets a tear there. Here a tear. There a tear. Everywhere a tear. 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 Okay. Now we have just one more box. It's this box here. And for the title of this next act, I think I'll title it A Little Box, Big Tear. Okay, so now with all these well-torn pieces of box, I can just stack them up here nice and tidy. And minimize the amount of trash can room taken up by these horrible boxes. Okay. Well, meow, meow. Now this one, this one, this one, this one, these ones. Here we go. It's a nice stack of meows. We'll just meow those ones like meow. Grab these bad boys here. Pew, 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 and pew. Okay. Put these ones in here like meow. We'll meow this in half. Meow it like that. Okay, we're good to go for the moment with this one. Okay, so I've gotten rid of those things.
There's going to be no state standard that says tell kids negative stuff about American history, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, and then each individual teacher is going to kind of do it their way, even if the book is a certain way.
Yeah, because I would grapple with that if I was a teacher.
The thing to grapple with most of all if you're a teacher is the fact that you're a guard at youth prison camp.
Yeah.
Hi, Capito.
Who's outside, little cutie? You keep looking.
I wonder if yep, it's trouble. I know it was you because you follow Pee-Pee all the time.
You know who took a couple pictures is Jeffrey took a couple pictures. So actually there are a couple pictures from the rehearsal. We didn't take any pictures. I forgot my phone.
I don't know, I wasn't.
I didn't remember to bring my phone with me.
I'll try to snap a few pictures tomorrow when you guys have all your like stuff on. Is there anyone who's assigned for anything like that? Photos, videos, anything? Or you're gonna have the live stream, but
Yeah, not really. Well, sort of. To the extent you take pictures, that'd be great. There's this photo circle thing that we have a what are those kind of codes? A QR code that you scan that then you can upload those pictures to that. Thoughts on RFK Jr.? I don't know anything about. I'm assuming you're not talking about the old school RFK Jr. Anyhow, before Rachel came in with that voicemail, why are you apologizing? It's ridiculous. This video was intended to be somewhat of a happy accounting of, I think, a rehearsal dinner that went very well. Rachel's dad was very happy, obviously.
Yes.
And I was very happy that, both her parents were there, and Cameron was there, and that Child Loss family was there.
Yeah.
It made for a right-sized group, I think. 9 people. Seems like just the right-sized group.
Yeah, it was.
It's enough to call it a banquet of sorts,
Yeah, true.
But not so many as to make it impossible for people to interact with each other at one table.
Yeah.
is Jeffrey's dad's name Way?
Yes, Hui. I don't know how to pronounce it. I always call him Hui or Hui. I just like calling him Hui. I don't know. I used to call them for a long time. I just refused to even call them by their names. Just called them Jeffrey's mom and Jeffrey's dad. But at a certain point, it became ridiculous. Of course, Chawa still calls me Mr. Strauss. So, I mean,
I called someone who was younger than me, my physical therapist. I called her Mrs. Mendez, but she's like Heather. So I need to remember to call her Heather next time, because she said Heather, and it's not that her being younger matters that much, but like, you know, I wouldn't tell someone to call me Mr. Corral, who's not a kid, basically,
True.
or
Yeah.
like a judge, I guess. I don't know. Who would in court, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
Well, you make
Yeah, I guess.
you make a not invalid point, Mrs. Bond, but I think my point was I was transitioning back into my original topic, not revisiting the previous one. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm always curious about that. Like, so let's say those people are watching. Are they taking satisfaction from the fact that I'm condemning their bad behavior, or do they get upset when I move on and talk about other things? I have no idea.
I think they probably failed because you didn't try calling that number and either find out that it's like a redirected number, or you get some person and then they get to, get a rise out of you. So they're
Right, well,
probably sad.
There's no point. There's no point in me calling them back for
Yeah,
that,
of course.
because it's not like you're gonna have any kind of rational conversation with those people.
Mhm.
And I,
It's Spike Monkey.
she has a spy monkey as you get. Well, I've come to expect spike monkeys in my life occasionally, but probably Rachel didn't really anticipate that when she got with me. She was getting herself a set of spike monkeys along with it.
But like, how naive of me to think that, because you told me the first day that we met, hey, there's some people who hate me for no reason, and that just happens in my life. Like, they just.
Did I really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
I mean, it's
And I was
true.
like,
I've always, I've not always, but I've written that for a long time.
oh, Squire Bublingtons, you look so royal.
I'm gonna need more of this for your
Goodness, such a handsome man. Do you think they've eaten?
Well,
There's food on the kitchen table. I mean,
you know,
I know.
he can go. I'm not gonna put out food out here, because that's how.
Oh.
Well, the reason I'm not that annoyed by the barking dog is because you'll note it stopped barking now. It doesn't really bark for that long. It is more annoying than not having a barking dog across the street, obviously. But as barking dogs go, because it doesn't bark that much, um, yeah, someone was at the door. So anyway, as barking dogs go, it's not. It could be worse. I mean, that the family across the street in general is loud, and that's annoying. But it could be worse. She does yell at her kids all the time, but I've never heard her hit them or anything. So
That's true.
A lot of people have air horns by my house, and they've been told by the city of Sarah Madre to blow air horns and raise these bears. And so, very often you'll hear a lot of air horn blowing by my house
nice to scare away the bears.
to scare the bears away that everyone's so scared of.
Huh.
I don't need to. I don't. We shouldn't invite the bears because that means it'll be dangerous for them. But I'm not outside with air horns looking for bears.
Once his mom says, Rachel, you look lovely and like you're glowing. That summer frock is so pretty.
Thank you.
Isn't it?
My mom and dad bought it for me. Thank you. For the rehearsal dinner.
I have no idea why it is so fascinating when people behave badly and outside the norms of civility. It's like watching a train wreck, but you can't turn away. But you want to. Well, it's fascinating because when it's so outside the norms, it's very unusual to encounter, Like Michelle Schacht is a very great interest because her approach to litigation is so outside the norms. It's hard not to find it interesting when somebody's being that overtly hostile at you for so little cause, or no cause at all, as per Rachel's voicemail. Like, those people can't possibly have anything against Rachel. It's hard to have something against Rachel because she's so careful, She doesn't say shit that makes people mad at her very often. She mostly, when in doubt, she keeps her mouth shut. That's her strategy,
It is my strategy.
So it's basically impossible to conceive those people have anything against Rachel, actually, at all. But they don't care at all about trampling her underfoot just to get a reaction out of me.
Yeah.
There's a beetle on the floor.
Y'all stars.
I can't tell that John, Paul, Ringo, or George. I think it's George.
I think it's George too. It's a spirit beetle.
Yeah. Rachel's dad really likes the Beatles.
Yeah.
We can take it if you want to take it.
Yeah, give that to Rachel's dad. Here you go.
Put it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Put this on your tie.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, we've got. Oh, did we put the ice? We didn't get the ice out of the car.
I
Oh, you
Somebody remembered the ice over here. I saw her. Her whole body did this thing. She became a light bulb. I saw her go. And then she went back to the car.
Good job,
I was
Rachel.
like, I don't care if y'all. I was like, there's no way I'm leaving that in that.
Were you able to fit it in the freezer?
Yeah.
Did you have to move the wheel?
I moved that bin into the vacuum room, and we just kind of rearranged.
Oh, you guys got to figure that
We
out.
gotta-
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you. Appreciate it. Forgot all about that. We just got a bunch of liquor and beer and ice and orange juice and cranberry juice and tonic water and soda water for the bartender tomorrow. I'm a little concerned we may need more mixers.
More like juice and stuff.
Yeah, like the 2 bottles of tonic water and 2 bottles of soda water. If people want gin and tonics or scotch and soda, they're gonna go through that pretty quick.
Could be.
I guess it depends how. It's like you never know. You may have everybody wants the same drink. They all want vodka and cranberry juice. In which case, you're gonna run out of cranberry juice even though you got 2 bottles of it. But the bottom line is people are just going to have to accept the fact that there's only so much ingredients for Bloody Marys. There's only so much ingredients for a drink. I think we got a Bloody Mary mix, didn't we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case it's morning for some people. Because Bloody Mary is the morning cocktail. Isn't it funny that there's a morning cocktail?
Mimosa's a morning cocktail too.
Well,
Right?
that's not a cocktail, though.
Oh, cocktails.
It has liquor in it. Mimosa
Gosh.
is a champagne juice thing. I don't know what you call it.
It is.
Champagne and orange juice.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's a category of drink you call that. I don't think it qualifies as a cocktail.
Brunch drinks.
It is a brunch drink, but so is Bloody Mary. But Bloody Mary is a cocktail of
Because it has vodka in it.
more than one thing, or maybe more than two things is a cocktail.
No, it has to have liquor in it.
No,
It's gotta have
liquor
in it.
makes a cocktail.
Bloody Mary has vodka in it, so it's a cocktail. Champagne mimosa is champagne in it, so it's not anything more than a wine. But in this case, it's a wine mixed with something else. It's like the sangria, right?
Specialty
You wouldn't call
drinks.
sangria a cocktail.
No.
Sangria is just sangria. Mimosa is just mimosa, but they're in the same category of thing. It's wine mixed with something else. Does not qualify as a cocktail, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Rachel, why?
I don't know.
Why don't you just blow it onto the floor?
Oh yeah, because I'm so like habituated to like not do that anymore.
And so now then you blow into an ashtray full of ashes. I was telling Rachel in the car today that she has to make sure not to pull any bong rips after she puts her wedding dress on, because I think I stepped on that beetle. My
You
hand's
killed George.
Yeah, sorry, George.
It's alright.
She should not pull any bong rips after she puts her wedding dress on until she takes it off, because it seems like Rachel cannot pull a bong rip without getting ash on chest rated. Earlier today, she came out to pull bong rips, and her mom's like, "What's that on your chest?"
And Trisha too. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, I do not want to tell you it's ash right
It's
now.
some, you said it's some dirt or something.
No, they said it was dirt, and I didn't correct that.
Oh, okay. But it's crazy how few bong rips Rachel can pull before she gets ash on her chest.
Gosh.
Sometimes I'll fuck up and I'll have coffee and a bong and I do the wrong thing and I'll, for whatever reason, or I also have a tube to blow smoke into just sometimes for like the smell, and I'll blow into my bong and just like ruin my whole house sometimes. You ever do the bowl blow?
Oh,
Reversal, yep.
Yeah, that's always fun.
That's no fun at all. I had a beer the other night and a bong, and I was super tired. I sit in the chair, and I kept trying to drink the bong. I go, no, that's not my beer. No, that's not my beer. I never actually drank it, but because it kind of got a similar feel to a beer bottle. Yeah, I guess. If I were to have actually drank it, I would have been very grossed out. But not as gross as in past years, because I clean my bong a lot more than I used to. Let's see what it says here, Rachel. Live chat. What time is the wedding stream? I'm going to start streaming. I'll stream at some point tomorrow before 5 o'clock. I might stream during the day even. Bear talk, bear talk, bear talk. It's a Bucks Fizz.
A Bucks Fizz. That's a type of mixed drink, I guess. A Bucks Fizz.
Never heard of it.
OMG, Rachel, that struggle is real.
It really is.
So, tomorrow is going to be a busy day, obviously, and I'm hopeful to get to bed fairly early tonight. It's 9 o'clock already.
Oh my god. I'm definitely going to bed soon.
The day really raced by. There was no intermission, pretty much.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I did get a little bit of a nap in, but an hour or so, hour and 15 minutes before we went to the hardware store. But I'm pretty exhausted because Rachel and I have both been kind of going for the last solid week, and a little bit more than that. And for me, a lot of it involved a lot of physical labor, which has been good. It felt good to get some like exercise, get some shit done, but it's also a different kind of tired than my normal kind of tired from just being awake too long. It's like it's physically my body is I'm tired of bending over.
Yeah.
I had a lot of bending over to sweep up piles of dust and stuff this morning, and a lot of bending over and sweeping stuff up the last couple of days. Bending over and you know, like moving stuff over, like a ladder over and stuff like that. It's just a lot of things where you up and down, or squatting to try to get to the bottom of the wall. Like those kind of things are what your body keeps an account of over the course of the day. By the end of the day, you're just like, oh. It's not like you've hurt yourself. Not even like you're exactly sore or whatever. It's just you just feel so creaky.
Yeah. I'm like wound up because I'm thinking about like, or I have been thinking about FE things. So, I'm like,
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the house not being done.
yeah.
I mean, it's all painted, the bedroom's all cleaned up.
No, it's great. You did a great job.
We got it all done, and all done in time, amazingly.
Did you think you wanted to put some of each type of beer in the fridge, or just leave all the beers out, or what do you think is the best?
I mean, yeah, I do think basically emptying the fridge of everything that.
Cooler.
Yeah, we have a cooler, but I think basically we don't have much food in the fridge at all right now. I'm thinking if there's anything we can toss, let's toss. It's not like meat or cheese or whatever's in that drawer. And then let's fill up the whole fridge with beer and any white wine we have.
You could get ice out of your freezer now, just out of the dispenser, and put it in the cooler for just in case. Like, it may be that you need to take the beers out of the fridge, put them in the cooler when the caterer gets here. They might need to.
Well, we could have waters and sodas in the cooler too.
Yeah, that'd be good to have in the cooler. Yeah. Okay. So the way that your ice comes out of your freezer, is it only in that little cup, or is there an inside thing you can get a bunch out of?
I don't think there's any. I've never seen any.
Okay.
No,
So
I
I'll
don't
just
know.
get some in a cup.
Yeah, I don't know how it does that actually, because it's on the refrigerator part.
The other side is those can bottle things.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably behind that thing. But anyway, you're not supposed to get it out that way, so we just gotta get it out the front.
Okay.
It's a really good ice maker and a really good freezer and fridge. It's impressive because I didn't even know we had an ice maker on it for a long time. The power went out for days. Whatever the ice was in there must have melted. Yada yada yada. The power came back on. The fridge and freezer still just worked just fine. Ice came out just fine. Who knows how it dealt with that, but it did just fine.
It did.
And so we got pretty kick-ass appliances. The fridge is great. The dishwasher works great. The oven and stove works great.
Should the dishwasher be run before?
Yeah, we should run that tonight. It's relatively full. We should run that tonight for bed. And then everything else can kind of wait till the morning. You know.
Should we put the beers in first?
I mean, it can wait till the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we could do it. I don't feel
Probably
like
be
doing
better.
it. I don't feel like doing much of anything else right now.
I'll do it. I'm happy to put them in. I think they're not going to get cold enough if they're just there from the morning till the evening. If they're in now all over the night, they'll probably be cooler.
Okay.
Or whatever fits anyway. And I'll
I
try to
do,
get some
I do
ice
like
in
the
there.
idea of filling the coolers with ice from the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that a little bit.
I don't remember if those coolers were cleaned inside or not. Do you have any idea? I'll check it out, Eric. I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if it's just a cooler with ice and cokes and waters in it, then it doesn't have to be clean that much, you know. If the bartender's not getting ice out of there for drinks, then it's fine.
Yeah.
So thanks to Rachel's moderation, we planned out the use of Vyvanse quite well, such that I have a couple set aside for Delilah, like I promised her. One for Rachel tomorrow, and 2 for me tomorrow. So I will be able to wake up in the morning and start putting a hand on getting lots of little extra things I have to get done. Which is why I'm not so worried about trying to get things done tonight. I can already tell I'll probably wake up early in the morning because it's hard to sleep in on days when you got a big thing going on. But yeah, I mean, some of those things could be done tonight.
The hairdresser confirmed.
Very good.
Yeah.
Have you paid her yet? We need to pay her yet.
No, we'll have to pay her tomorrow.
Okay, so I will PayPal you money tonight to cover checks that you have to write tomorrow.
Okay. Alright, so like, I'll include tip, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was considering getting cash out for tip people with, but I didn't right now. I'll probably end up going to town again in the morning to get another table, the other small table from that place, or go to Oakhurst probably. It'd be even better and get a couple more tables.
So you want to get more tables too?
Yeah, Rachel and I were talking about it on the way home, and I think, the fact that we have to provide banquet table for the caterer, plus we need something to function as a bar. We need another table, of some sort.
We got another beetle.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I'm just thinking we should go get more. And I know it's like, we're not going to have that many people here, like maybe 30 people, right? But, at most.
Yeah.
We have 19 folding chairs. We've got the kitchen table and the dining room table, a couple tables that Cameron brought, but I still feel like, and then we just bought 3 small tables and 1 big table, but I still feel like we need another long table. Like, what's the long one we brought? 8 feet?
I think there's 6, maybe. I feel like it's 6.
Okay, well then maybe even 2 more, because we're gonna need surfaces to put things on beyond just tables for people to sit at. And yeah, so I don't know.
So do you know where they have it? Do you want to call first, or how do you want to deal with?
Well, I mean, if I go to an Oakhurst, either the Ace Hardware in Oakhurst, which is bigger than this Ace Hardware, or the Tractor Supply should have folding tables.
Alright.
If I do that, I'll probably be back from doing that before really anybody else gets up. Those Harvard's are open like at 6 a.m. I think. I'll double check that, but
If you want to use my car, we could take the other tables out tonight. Oh, I mean, I guess you could throw tables on top of it. It's pretty full of tables right now.
I'll take mine. I should be able to
Yeah.
fit in. If I put the back seats down, I should be able to fit in whatever I need to do.
Okay.
I was like, I was expecting it to be bigger boxes than they were, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that to do. I could get cash out at the same time in case we need it to pay. I'm seeing, yeah, if we want to do tips separately, then I guess we should get cash out. And you can write a check for the. I don't know. I'll think about it. At this point, it's like my brain is done for the day with thinking about this kind of shit. I just want to go to sleep and think about it tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, because it might be easier just for me to write a check. Because, like, I don't know how much money it's going to be. So I can't tell you, like, 20% of what I would have to, like.
Right. Well, yeah. It's like, it depends how much it is to how much you should tip. It's not necessarily 20%, right? Like, let's say, I don't know how much hairdressers charge for this thing. But let's just say she's charging $440. It's because she's hoping you're gonna tip $60 and give her even 500.
Oh.
Even though that's less than 20%.
I didn't know that.
Because if she charged $460, she'd probably still get $500,
Right.
and then she'd get less of a tip. I see
Right.
that a lot. Kind of
Yeah.
wonder.
Oh, so I always took them like, well, now I know 20% is like the norm, but like 15% of what the cost was.
Whereas let's say she charges $3.99, she's not gonna get $100 tip from her.
Right, yeah.
So that's how you gotta calculate those kind of things, I think. But I don't have any idea how much it costs to have a hairdresser come to your house and do your hair. I would assume it's gonna be minimum $250. I would think maximum $500. But I, believe it or not, have never actually had a hairdresser come do my hair at my house. Maybe tomorrow after I see how great Rachel's hair looks, I'm gonna say to Landy, hey, look, extra job. I need you to do my hair now.
Yeah.
Can you do as well with this as you could with that?
You know what's funny? You sound like hairdressers always say, like, in like magazines when they're giving advice for when you're going to your hairdresser, like, just because you see a picture in a magazine and it looks good on like a certain like celebrity, don't think that it's gonna always be like.
It might not look good on you.
Yeah.
For example, Rachel's hair looks great on her. It would look a little weird on me.
On me.
You guys
Oh my gosh.
You guys need a beverage?
Yes.
You can use a water, please.
Rachel, what kind of beverage do you want?
Non-alcoholic, please.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me as Justin Bieber.
Oh my
Right
god.
there. Right there. Okay, so I don't know if my friend was a compulsive liar. My girlfriend thought this girl, Shannon's a compulsive liar. She told me that she cleaned houses, but that she did it for Justin Bieber's house. And like I didn't, I don't know who of course I knew who Justin Bieber was, but Kara thought she was lying to like get attention for
Interesting.
cleaning someone's house who's like cool or whatever. So I don't know. Like if you clean,
Compulsive liar would lie about that.
it
Totally.
seems like that kind of
Totally.
thing.
But then again, you want to give the person benefit of the doubt because, like, why would you lie about that, right? But compulsive liars will.
They've got to boost up their value artificially, even though you're just some random person in the world, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you met several compulsive liars, or
Well, I feel
have
like
Gracias.
I used to lie a lot when I was a kid. So, like,
Do you lie all
I
compulsively?
wouldn't. No.
I lied when I was a kid, but it's because I didn't want unfair authorities to punish me. Because if the authorities aren't fair, they don't have any right to know the truth because the punishment's unfair. So I lied my ass off, but I don't lie now. Like lying's wrong.
Yeah,
I don't lie,
right.
but like
I
there's
mean,
no authority over me.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
for the cops, you
So
know.
like, I just was like such a shy kid that like I didn't want like anyone in my business. So like,
You're like, I live in Saskatchewan, actually.
yeah. Yeah, so it was like a dumb lie about it. Like one lie that like I think about when I was a kid and it's such a head smack. Like what the hell was I thinking? But someone like said that I met Macaulay Culkin and
Okay.
I was like, yeah. Like he,
okay, yeah.
You just went with it?
yeah, I was like, yeah, I definitely did. It was like
The crazy thing is, he was so blind. He was like the blindest guy I've ever met. And we talked for like 15 minutes. I swear to God, the whole time he discussed the weather. I was also surprised by the fact that he was so amazed by common weather events that he frequently made this expression.
Hey, I like that movie Home Alone. I mean, it's not an intellectual movie, but if you want to laugh, it's a pretty funny movie.
I loved that movie as a kid. That was probably the first PG-13 movie that I saw as a kid. So,
For me, I still think the words PG-13 mean boobs.
Yeah, I'm like, what in that is it the violence? That he hits people in the head with like anvils
Maybe
or
it's
something?
not. Oh, no. It wasn't the first PG-13 movie. It was the first non-cartoon movie.
Really?
Because my dad remembers taking us to it and liking it because it wasn't a cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I associate it as a Christmas movie. Like,
I think of it as a Christmas movie too.
yeah.
I don't think of it as a particularly good Christmas movie, but I think of it as better than, say, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or whatever.
That's a pretty terrible movie.
It really is.
But-
European Vacation is even worse.
Oh.
In general, SE humor, people getting hit with stuff and falling over and stuff, I don't find funny. And I find it kind of like, instead of writing, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Could be a. You have to. You have to go poop right now, right there. Like,
She saw that you did
go
that.
outside.
She knows that she gets to get a nice fresh patch to mess up for you.
Yes, she does.
I just cleaned this.
Oh man.
Imagine she just went pee. It's like, yeah, she just went pee. That's good.
That is good.
Well, good for her.
Creating jobs.
Yeah, they got me pretty well trained to stay on top of that cat litter.
Yeah, they do.
Every time I walk past it, I see it's disturbed. From how I try to smooth like a sand trap in like a bunker in golf, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I try to smooth it after each use. Once I'm done cleaning it, it's all smooth, and then I see that now it's got little mounds on it. That means they've been at it again. But I am shocked at how inoffensive a cat box is out here in the garage anyway.
Out
You
here in the
can't smell
garage,
it.
it's perfect.
You can't smell it. It's easy to keep up with because the setup was perfectly set up for a cat box right there.
Mm-hmm.
And
None of it's in the house. It's not in your kitchen. It's not
Right.
where your food is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
exactly.
Even in the bathroom, you don't want it because it gets on the floor like that.
Yep.
My friend's house, they live in such a nice house, and they've got a whole room devoted to their stinky ass cat boxes. That- They use the robotic cat box. It doesn't work any good. You know, it smells it's just terrible in there. The whole
Yeah.
room is ruined
Oh.
all the time.
Well, the thing is, having this like a decompression chamber between outside and inside, where the cat door is here on the inside door of the garage, rather than directly attached to the outside, it's way better because I mean it's just perfect. It's like you can separate out the litter box there in the garage, which is not going to attract any creatures from outside. You can close this door at night. The cat can get in and out, no problem, and you're a lot less likely to have like some other kind of animal coming through your cat door because they first have to decide to come into the garage, and there's nothing in the garage to entice them to go further.
No.
But there's a lot of your kitties, you know, owning this space, so it's a sort of a deterrent. I think what happened with our cats in Alhambra was that some other cat or the skunk or the possum or whoever, they would end up becoming friends with the cats, and so the cats, they would just follow the cat in, you know, through the cat door. But I don't think your cats are gonna let other cats follow them in without a little.
No trouble won't let any other cats around. Your dad and Trisha commented again about how big the TV is. Like some people commented about how big the TV is. I think your mom did too.
Yeah.
It is quite a big TV. It's the biggest TV I've ever seen in someone's
That
house.
I've ever had in my house.
Yeah, it's huge. But what I've gotten used to it. I didn't really think of it as when people walk in and they go, "Wow, that's a big TV." It is a super big TV.
Well, it's a size you can actually read captions on. Like my TV is only this wide, and I don't play anything that I have to read. Good, but
I read a lot of TV.
Mhm.
I watch a lot of anime, and looks great on that big screen TV.
It does.
Looks
I
beautiful.
can't believe it's so normal to me now, though. Like, I forget the size of it.
You go to the
because I'm so
hotel and
used to it.
the TV is this size, and you're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm probably just not watching TV so much.
No, you know what? I don't mind. I love TV. Like I like entertainment so much that I will watch it on a smaller TV.
Yeah, I don't think we're the kind of people who are like, I gotta have a big TV.
No, we just
We just we just happen to get a big TV,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't think we really appreciated how sweet that setup was until we lived in it a bit. And we're like,
Oh yeah, your living room? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
super comfortable.
Yeah. So has Pee been in the car before? Like, did you set her in there, or does she just know to just jump into
No,
a
she
random
just
thing?
goes in there by herself.
So at some point, she had to just say, you know what? I'm just gonna jump into whatever this is.
I guess that's true. She decided to jump over the door.
It's a nice.
Well, I mean, she could have maybe climbed up on the wheel and
Take a peek.
looked over.
Yeah. Could be. Hey, she's smart though. She could tell us the chair when she finds it.
She could maybe look over from the shelf over there.
Yeah. And now she's just like, yep,
She
I'm in my
does.
car.
I didn't even know she was in there.
There are paw prints all over everything.
Yeah,
all
there
around
are.
this
Oh
house.
yeah, oh yeah. There's there really are paw prints over everything, everywhere.
In
Like
the strangest places.
Yeah,
sometimes,
the
yeah.
toilet seat,
Yeah.
the below the windowsills, in in the mule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certain spots on the wall where they use that to like push off against or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Cats just do parkour whenever they want.
Yeah. They also both like to sleep on the bed, but you know, there's a certain amount of territorialism involved there.
Trouble does not care at all for the personal space. Does not like.
Alright.
There is no personal space. He's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna sit over here, and it's like right on you. Like,
Yeah, and then you try to turn over and he plays civil disobedience dead weight.
dead weight. He's like, I'm not gonna move. This is my spot.
Isn't that right, Mr. Mia? Hey, but look, I mean, Trouble's sitting right out here by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you
Mommy,
are.
Daddy, love you.
I don't know if you can see him or not. He's sitting right there. Even though Cameron's sitting right here. That's progress.
It is
And I
progress.
can't see Trouble over there, but Trouble surely knows I'm here.
Yeah, Trouble can hear Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, Cameron's presence has meant I must run away as quickly as possible from Trouble.
Yeah, but no, he's hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they both are.
Just gotta get another picture of Pee in the car.
Oh yeah.
Now she's
sure.
sitting down, like a long-term.
What she needs to do is sit down with her front paws on the steering wheel. That would be a great picture.
Gotta get the kitty treat.
Then it would look like she was driving the car. It's a cloud of smoke. So it does feel satisfying, good to know that, or to have Rachel's dad and mom both be so evident in their support of this and, you know, happiness about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
Yeah. Makes me happy too.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
It's like it's not a scene I would have imagined a couple of years ago, right? Or however long that previous problem ago was. But you know, they're both being very positive, helpful, generous. You know, they paid for the rehearsal dinner, which is nice. We weren't expecting any help from them, so it's nice, you know. Rachel's mom has bought us some various things that
Oh
we
my
need.
gosh, yeah. She's been very helpful.
Very
She put
helpful.
silk tanner on me so that my tan lines aren't so noticeable.
I think it is a little bit less noticeable. You're
Yeah.
more like grayish, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Cameron brought my suit up when he came yesterday. I haven't looked at it yet. Have you looked at it?
What?
My suit.
No, I haven't. Is that alright?
It's fine. I haven't looked at it since it's gotten here either. But I picked it out myself. So make of that what you will.
I
Good or
can't wait to
bad.
see it. I think it's gonna be nice.
Hopefully it will. And I think with that, maybe it's time to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Let's try to go to bed. Yeah, let's both try to go to bed. Get a good night's sleep. Get up in the morning. We've got a big day tomorrow, also known as Wedding Bells Are a Chiming Day, or also called Nuptials Saturday.
Nuptial Saturday.
If weddings were a sporting event, on NBC they had Nuptials Saturday, and it would feature all the big weddings. But instead, weddings aren't a sporting event. So that's why NBC shows sports instead. Alright, good night, goodbye, God bless, and good luck. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese, and have a nice evening.